Hey gang, today we are going to go through my books from 1950. Uh, and it should be a shorter episode because there's not a big stack. But before we get into that, we're going to talk about a series that I've never seen before, I've never heard of before, and that is Dr. Wonder by Dick Ayers.
Comic Book Thursday, it's high noon. Stacks of tales filling the room. Cheap collectors gonna swoon. Spending dimes like there's no gloom. Spidey swinging through the air. Batman's brooding without care. Superman has perfect hair. Krypton tales rare and fair. Comic books and rock and roll. Thursday's magic takes its toll. Pages turn, hearts grow whole. In this world, we'll lose control. Captain America's proud and true. X-Men fighting out of view. Flash is bolting, who knew who? Wonder Woman's lasso's new. Comic books and rock and roll. Thursday's magic takes its toll. Pages turn, hearts grow whole. In this world, we'll lose control. Secret wars and love affairs. Every page a world to share. High noon, it's time to dare. Heroes, villains, everywhere. Comic books and rock and roll. Thursday's magic takes its toll. Pages turn, hearts grow whole. In this world, we lose control. Secret wars and love affairs. Every page a world to share. High noon, it's time to dare. Heroes, villains, everywhere. Comic books and rock and roll. Thursday's magic takes its toll. Pages turn, hearts grow whole. In this world, we lose control. Comic books and rock and roll. Thursday's magic takes its toll. Pages turn, hearts grow whole. In this world, we lose control. Comic books and rock and roll. Thursday's magic takes.
All right, so yeah, I was on Whatnot last week, buying books like I always do on the show that I buy from. And those boxes came in today. And in one of them was this Dr. Wonder #3 from Old Town Publishing. Never heard of the publisher, never heard of the title. And when I bought it, it was strictly, that looks interesting because, it's old style looking. What the heck is that? Never heard of it before. So I'm going to switch over to the other camera. We're going to go through this, and then we will get into my books from the 1950s. From 1950. We're going to stick to 1 year this today. Try and keep the episode a little bit shorter, but might be about the same length if we go through this book. So let me switch over to the other camera. We'll get going. All right, so yeah, Dr. Wonder. Never heard of this before, never seen it before. Probably had a pretty limited print run. I looked it up. It is in Overstreet. It is on comic book database. It had 5 issues. It was published by Old Town Publishing. It's the only title that they ever put out, and it's by Dick Ayers. And of course, I bought it because of the cover. It looked very 1960s, 1950s, 1960s, and I thought, what the heck is that? So got out of the box. A lot of writing on here. 60s style superhero excitement. Dr. Wonder, now 40 pages. See Dr. Wonder and Cadman in the fight of their lives against the web of evil's most malevolent menace, Crucible. Plus the return of Hellhawk and Strongarm. Any wonder why we called this one Trial and Terror? Bonus insert, Silver 60s section, a celebration of the most shining era in comics history. And got Dick Ayers' signature right there on the bottom. And you open it up, it's black and white. It's from 1996. And like I said, this is issue number 3. So inside, front cover, you have a recap of the story so far, what happened up until this point. And this reads, not only does the art look like 60s, because it's by Dick Ayers, the story is by David Alikas, Allikas. And it reads very much like a 1960s comic, too. They're very self-explanatory about their actions. I didn't read the whole thing. I just read it for a couple of pages to try and get a feel for it. I don't want to read it because if I do, I'll fall in love with it and keep it and end up trying to get the whole set. And I don't think they're particularly worth anything. I think the price guy looked them up and said they were like $3. But good luck finding them, I believe. Anyway, they were looking for submissions. They wanted writers and artists, so they had big plans that never materialized. And it's just a really cool throwback to stories from the 1960s. It's all new. I mean, it looks like it's reprints. It's not. It's all new. By Dick Ayers. And then there's they have their Silver 60s section that apparently starts in this issue. And so the article in here about Marvel monsters and things like that. Just kind of fanzine type stuff, I guess. So half story, half fanzine, maybe a little bit. But it does have a pretty decent long story in it that's got a lot of reading to it, so that's good. Nothing wrong with the writing as far as I could tell in the few pages that I read. Very, like I said, very 1960s self-explanatory stuff. Talks about if they're going to be at conventions or not as a publisher. Got a letter column. Very cool. And I just, it's so unusual for me to find something that I don't know about, that I at least not heard of before, especially something older. So this was printed in the 90s, so I wasn't really paying a whole lot of attention in the 90s. But it's all new by Dick Ayers. It's just, to me, that just blows my mind that I was not aware of this. So this is gonna go back into the box. It will be in an upcoming members only sale on Sunday for the members. If it survives that, it will go to a Saturday sale. If it survives that, I probably won't be able to resist it any longer. But I don't expect it to go past that members sale. So you might want to consider that option of joining the membership. Just saying. So that's going to go back in this box, and these boxes are going to go into the other room for a future sale. And it won't be this week. It may be the week after that, but definitely will be in a future sale. Probably be gone after the members only sale. It would be my guess. But stuff that cool does not last past that show normally. Anyway, I was going to switch over to the other camera. We already did that. Today we are going through my books from 1950 and adding them to the list. And starting off, it looks like we have The Great Houdini. Of course we do. I just have to get my computer situated a little bit here, get my list up where I can find it, and bring up Grand Comics database, which did not load for some reason. There it goes. Alright, so let's find out where the great Foodini comes from. And I need my address labels, get those back out. Cut up a few of those while we're waiting for the page to load. So they're ready to go. Alright, Great Foodini. I believe this was an old kids show, kind of puppets. Puppets or ventriloquists or something like that. This is number 4, Continental Publications. And the title is just Foodini. Apparently, even though it says The Great Foodini on the inside, on the cover. Well, there was a second series by Fawcett called Pinhead and Foodini in 1951. So this was an entirely 1950 series. Published by Continental. And it had 4 issues, 1 through 4. This is number 4, last issue. Cool. Only need 3 more issues to complete the set. Good luck finding those. And we have some more 4 colors. This one is number 279. Mickey Mouse and Pluto battle the giant ants. And I am going to just double check the year on this one just to make sure. And I want to take a closer look at it anyway because it does have that spine roll in it. See if that's something I want to mess with or not, or how bad a condition it is in. It does say copyright 1950. So I got it right. Yeah, pretty badly rolled. I'll probably do the same thing with this one I did with that one I showed the other day where I didn't use water on it. I just put it in the press with heat. Because like that one, this cover's pretty limp from it being so old. So we're actually going to put this one off to the side into the pile of the stuff that needs to go to the press that we pulled yesterday. Another 4 color Donald Duck. This is 282. Donald Duck and the Pixelated Parrot. Very cool. And This one is one of those I laminated the covers on because they were in such bad shape. Um, 304 4 color. Mickey Mouse in Tom Tom Island. And Looney Tunes. See, most of these titles we've already put in, so all I gotta do is plop the number down there. So as I said, as we get further into the stuff, the faster we'll be able to go. It's actually a Christmas cover, him kissing himself under the mistletoe. And another one, 105. This is a good way to clean floors. You should try it. Jeff. Already have that title as listed as well, but there's a number. No, number 48. And let me check this one for how bad the spine roll is. Actually, not bad at all. So yeah, this was just a miscut cover a little bit. And Walter Lantz New Funnies, another one of those in the big magazine bag. We can lose that. Get it in a new Golden Age bag. Oh, this one's got a bit of a spine roll too. Well, actually the staples are on the edge, so I'm not sure why those back pages aren't matching up, but we'll just leave it the way it is, I guess. Oh yeah, I can get the number off the sticker. I was thinking correctly. Okay. All right, Walter Lantz New Funnies. This is number 158. And another one we need a bag for. Guess I'm going to move those bags closer. I think I'll just stick them in the box, actually, so I can pull one out as we work our way through the Golden Age stuff in the next several episodes. Another amusement park cover, so like I said, if I was going to collect based on a theme cover, that's what I would probably collect. Is amusement parks and such. But I kind of collect everything, a little bit of everything. I actually just collect anything that's old, so I'm not that particular. This is 162, 1950. And I had those put in order as new funnies, not as Walter Lantz new funnies, but in my new list, I'm actually trying to keep them under Walter Lantz. So we're going to switch those around in a little bit here. And Roy Rogers Comics, number 29. That also is already in the list. Wow, that's in really interesting shape. What did they do? Somebody trimmed the covers? Is that what happened? I think so. And another old Tom and Jerry. Nice. This one is number 74 from 1950. Well, that didn't take any time at all. I didn't have to type anything in except for the Houdini comics there. So these will go this way since they are alphabetically behind Tom and Jerry. Put these back in order so they're in the right order when I put them in the box. But we have to add in the books that we did in the first two episodes from 1950. So we got another 4-color, number 256, and number 307. So there we have the books from 1950 that are in my collection. This one's got a business card or something in there. I don't need that in there. Poor. Well, yeah. Just taking one last look. Such great books. When I started this channel and started the idea of trying to get books for $1 or less, I never in my wildest dreams did I ever imagine that I would end up owning anything even close to Golden Age. That's just crazy to me. So, and all it owed to you guys. So thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it. As promised, a much shorter episode. And I will see you soon. Have a great day.
The trumpets shout and the trombone glide. I found my crew on this crazy ride. Turns his wounds wail like a midnight train. Thank you, super friends, you keep me sane. Oh, thank you, super friends. You've got my back through the twists and bends, in a world that spins and never ends. Thank you, super friends. The drummer kicks with the thunder's beat. We march together, no retreat. The bass walks steady, the piano plays. You light my nights and brighten my days. Through storms and sun, through highs and lows, you're the rhythm that my heart